Hola, primas. We're back and we're ready to yap.
We're
Look,
back.
this is our therapy.
It is. It is. It's our own catch up. Look, I didn't even know last episode. I didn't even know Christy had a vibration plate, and I was at her house before Christmas, and
You sure were. You
she did
sure
not
were.
even mention it. Okay,
Dang.
so we learned stuff about each other on here
Through
all
our
the
yap
time.
sessions. Yes. So welcome
um,
back, primas.
hello. I am Gladys,
And I'm Christy.
and this is
Dear
Dear
Primas.
Primas.
See, that was more. That was more what it was supposed to be.
Welcome back, and thank y'all for being here. As always, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places where you enjoy listening to or watching your favorite podcasts. So I think it's been a while since
Mhm.
we kind of, I guess, formally kind of talked about / introduced ourselves. And that's kind of how we wanted to start this episode off, just for our new listeners, people who found us through the interwebs. Who knows how y'all got here, but thank y'all for being here. Let us know if you are new and you just stumbled across us. Just let us know how. But yeah, we're happy you're here, and we just want to take the time to properly and formally introduce ourselves.
I'm not going first.
I know.
I was going to
I'm
say that was
like,
such a.
this was Christy's idea, and she hates talking about herself. Not that I love talking about myself, but I'm just like, okay, girl.
No, but you did such a good intro. I feel like you just gotta, continue rolling with it because you were so good. That was all fantastic. I would have stopped and stuttered and just
No.
you flowed. You're in your flow state. You go, girl.
Okay, so I am Gladdy or Clarissa, but Gladdy on here.
So
Everybody,
formal.
in my I know circle calls me Gladdy. But I guess I am married. I'm a wife. Been together since college since we were 19. We're both 33 years old now. That's wild. But formally married, I guess. We'll be 4 years in like a few days, the 13th. I know, dude. Look,
Oh,
Mother's Day and wedding anniversary
not a
also
good
is
idea.
not,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, do
We should have
not.
spaced that out. We should have thought about
Thank
that sooner.
you. Thank you. Okay, I talked
You
about this,
can't
I
smush them
think.
all into one.
No, I talked about this last year. He's like, "You said that last year." And I'm like, "Okay," and I meant it. Okay, I meant that it all kind of just either gets jumbled or one kind of gets on the back
Mm-hmm.
burner. What,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's a thing that we should. So I think honestly, I feel like the anniversary that I is our actual like dating anniversary, even
To
though
celebrate
yes,
that.
getting married is an accomplishment. But honestly, I mean, because we've been never ever broken up. So I'm like, that's, a formal day. That is
To
a
celebrate, for
day.
sure.
But
Yeah.
also, that is like a week after Antonio's birthday. So, whatever. Anyway, so I also have 2 kids, 2 boys, 2.5, almost 3-year-old. He'll be
Oh my
3 in
God.
July,
That's
which is
crazy.
crazy. And then the baby boy just turned 1 in April. So yeah, we recently moved out of our home state, away from all of our family and friends. We're in South Florida or in Miami, and just kind of, I don't know, it took just a big change, and it's just something that was really out of our norm, out of the regular, for our I think our personality, or maybe I don't know, my personality type for sure. But also in a sense, like we also always talked about a move, talked about raising our kids outside of Houston, and it just feels weird that we're kind of living that now. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
still Adrian always counts, which Adrian's my husband. He always counts the every Friday because we officially moved in on, I think it was January 5th. It was a Friday, the first Friday of the year, 2026. And so every Friday he's like, okay, we've been here for 2 weeks, we've been here 3 weeks, we've been here 4 weeks, and he's like, we'll be here 18 weeks now.
That's crazy.
It does. It feels doesn't feel that long. I don't know.
No,
It,
yeah. It
it's
feels like
it's
a low number, but
weird.
it does feel like a long time.
Yes, yes. So like 4 months essentially, I think. But yeah, it's been a whirlwind of emotions, and just kind of figuring things out. And I think that's slowly, although we haven't been as consistent on the podcast, this year, and this is kind of like the ebbs and flow of our podcast is how it's been because we started this podcast being postpartum. Christy, she'll tell you in a little bit with her last, me with my first. And so we kind of just needed each other to talk to things about that don't really come as naturally when it comes to postpartum, or not for everybody at least. And
Mhm.
just how we were feeling, and then just how we've evolved since then, and then me again going through it, but then also going through the change. And what does your say? um, okay, sorry, Primas, it kind of got cut off. But I believe where it left off was just saying how when this podcast started, you know, just constant big life changes. I think for the both of us, whenever this was all starting, um, to lead to the here not here, being busy, being not. And but however, still staying pretty consistent on the fact that we're still going, we're not giving up, and we're not stopping just because life happens. And I think that's essentially like the premise of this whole podcast is how we it's in an and again, when we said in other podcasts, in other episodes, you know, we at the beginning were trying to cater to everybody, but then at the end of the day, we've just come to the realization we are moms. This is what we're going through. This is who we are. Yes, we are trying. We do have things outside of that. Well, Chrissy more than myself. That's something that I'm clearly like struggling with. Not struggling, but it is a
Working
hump.
towards.
But
Yeah.
also, just she has her two older kids and one younger. I have two small ones. It's just the part of life that we're in, and that's like what we're sharing with you guys. And motherhood is just the predominant feature, and I think in itself, it's something that is to be shared, and it's nice to have that like companionship, or even just listening to another mom talk or vent, or give any advice or what they've gone through. And sometimes it's not advice, sometimes it's just our experience and what worked and what didn't, and some can take that and use it and run with it. Lauren, shout out Prima Lauren, she's always, she anytime she resonates with something, she messages me. And I'm trying, let me go back to the last one that um and then that's when we go off on our catch up tangent. But um oh, it was the mom friends episode. That's like, I thought I wanted mom friends, but also moms are always busy, like, and so she's like, I read, she resonated with that. And so it's just like little things I think that we'll say, and that to us it's just what we're going through, but
Right.
a lot of people are also going through it. And I
Yeah.
think we found something special in sharing that, and just trying to build that community. So if you are here and you're a mom, welcome. Um, this is essentially, the part of life that we're in. And we do talk about other things, but for the most part, it's the mom 10.
It's our life.
It's
Yeah.
what we're doing. It's day in and day out. And so, yeah, I think that's, and okay, so formally, I guess a little just, I don't even know if we're going to get into that, but I was a teacher. Now then I did do real estate, and now I am just a stay-at-home mom for now. Kind of thinking about what I do want, if I, if and when, or what I do want to do something. And I think I do. I don't want to just not do anything. I don't know. Maybe it'd be nice to like not, once the kids go to school, but like, this is my break. Let me do me for 2 years,
Right.
1 year, whatever, for real. Do me, and then figure it out, or do me. But also, because one thing, and I don't think I've shared it with you yet, that I hadn't even really, Adrian heard me telling someone else, was I think I would like to do speech language pathology, because I do miss being a teacher. I do miss the classroom. I do miss, the kids. That I don't miss all the extra stuff. I would never go back. I wouldn't. And especially having young kids, it's so hard to be so present in their lives being a teacher. How I want to be.
Yes.
And
different for everybody.
Yes. And again, we've acknowledged that we both have that luxury to make that kind of choice, thankfully. And, and some people don't, but they make sacrifices in order to, it's just, I think it's everybody preference, and then what you go into. But again, I just wouldn't go back into that proper like setting.
Yeah.
Um, but I do enjoy working with kids, and I think like getting my SLP certification. I was a psych major, so I pretty
Could
sure
use that.
some of those classes could work. I do need to go back, I think, for a certain, probably like a year and a half to get the certification. But
Okay, okay, okay.
doing me could be doing that and also doing me, and
Right.
then getting into a new venture.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I think,
amazing.
yeah, so that is something that I kind of researched and thought about. And because I feel like if I want to do something, I want to do something that I enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also very flexible, because you can do either part-time and still make a decent wage, and just kind of like for what you're the schooling that you put into it versus what you're getting out of it.
Right.
And the flexibility could be there, or it could also be working for school districts. But I think I would prefer to do the more like in-home type of
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
or contract work with, yeah. So
Very
that's kind of,
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of where I am right
Is
now.
it
Learning new things is always fun, and so yeah, that's kind of where I am, and where I am now. So
yeah.
your turn.
um Put it off as much as possible. Um well, same. I met my husband in college. Then we were off and on and finally got married in 2017, which I was also pregnant and found out. And now he's eight, my oldest. So we've been married 8 years, almost nine
That's easy to
years.
remember.
Exactly,
I'm,
exactly.
I'm, I would forget, and I'll be like, I always get it wrong. I always get the year wrong anyway.
No, same, same. If it wasn't on a board, I think
Yeah.
I would, yeah. Um, then, of course, I had Jaden 2019, and then Bella 2023. So 2 boys, 1 girl, mom of three. And it is always hard to put like wife first, then and then mom, because it does it. I'm mom first. That's how it always
Yeah.
works.
I noted the only reason why it was so like, because I think in one of the first episodes you were like, I'm a wife, and then I'm like, and I noticed when I said it, I was like, I'm a mom and I'm married, or I don't even know if I said I'm married, but I don't know, but I'm like, oh, like you are, and
Yeah,
that relationship was there before, but
subconsciously, but I think on a personal level, me and John constantly like talk about that. We're just like we always want to spend time with just us, but like realistically, when do we get the time to spend? And I mean, now I see how the situation that you're in over in Miami, where you don't have any family. You can't say like, "Hey, we're going to drop you off for the weekend and lean on." Whereas we don't even take advantage of the family that we do have whenever we can do that, just because we're always so busy. And honestly, I kind of enjoy the busyness
hmm
of it, but at the same time, like we just constantly always talk about like we do need to put like more
hmm
time into us. So, all that to say, but yeah, yeah. So married almost 9 years, and what did you say after that?
um, oh, well, mine was the move.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we've moved a lot for sure, but all within all within the Houston area. But we moved a lot because I did get my real estate license after John John was born. Utilize that to once we started doing the moves, like I could use my commission towards the closing costs, and I feel like that was an easy way for us to afford the homes that we were getting into. But we moved for sure 11 times
that's so crazy.
from here throughout Houston. We did move to Colorado once. I didn't fully commit. John was there. I was here. He was coming Fridays, staying until Monday morning, and then going back to Denver and going back and forth. We just never made the move because we didn't have the cojones. I didn't have the cojones to go and be out there like familyless. Looking back, should I have? I don't know. It was just a different time, and
Yeah,
it
that's
was a
hard.
hard, yeah, Yeah.
coming back after Santi's, not to cut you off, but like coming back after Santi's
Yeah.
birthday, it was like, are we doing the right thing? Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
raising
You're questioning
our
everything.
kids away from family and our
Yeah.
friends, like, because, and I told Adrian, I was like, the relationships that we built, college friends, high school slash
Hmm.
college friends, like that, those are hard things to build again,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
right now I think the like we're living in a high rise condo. Yes, we've gotten to know some of the neighbors here and there, but it's very like in passing.
Yeah.
But the community,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
again, the kids are young, so we haven't put them into sports. We will
Right.
soon,
Yeah.
so that might change. I got another phone number today. Mom phone number. But it's just like, yeah, it's hard, and I still
Yeah.
don't know what the right answer is, and like, is there? It's,
Right.
but in a sense, it's kind of quality of life over your family. I don't know. It's
Well,
just,
and I think it builds y'all's dynamic a little bit more. I think, like the dynamic of you guys as a family, as a unit. I feel like it was like we're in it. It's just us, like because it was just me, John, and John in Denver. And when we were there, it was just. I mean, most of the day it was just me and John. But when it was not, it was me, John, and John. And we were like, I felt like the time was intentional, and we were actually spending the time together when we did.
yeah.
And it seems like that's what you guys are doing too, where it's like you're going out as a family. And I don't know. I feel like y'all lean on each other a lot more.
It came back.
Dang it! Golly. No, but I don't. So yeah, we moved a lot. Then we have finally settled out in the suburbs, and I have my own brokerage now. I started my own brokerage only because it made sense to not give half of my commission every single time to somebody else. The minute I could, I did. I think it was like 5 years. It was you had to be in real estate to take the broker's exam. And now we property manage and buy and sell both residential and commercial real estate, and all of it is in house, and it is overwhelming. I feel like I don't like to share that I still do real estate because I don't want to pursue more residential buyers and sellers. And that's just a personal choice because I feel like I'm overwhelmed with what we have personally. But I don't know. We'll see where the next. I always enjoyed, like I do have some that I'll take, but like it's a very case by case basis. It's like I can't give you the time and the effort that this other agent would, and I would highly recommend this other agent. But if I have all the knowledge or whatever, I can help you on that end. But as far as like the open houses, like all the
Yeah.
extra the marketing, all of that, I don't got it. So yeah, all of that is set up front, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see where the next. I think where I was going with that was I was a former teacher, and I do love the part of like educating people on whatever it is that they're doing, even if it is like educating agents. Like I know we had talked about it whenever you were working with, where it was like maybe we do bring on agents that are just starting out and how to educate them with maybe it is investing, maybe it is not, maybe it is just buying their first property. I do get like I feel like my juice is flowing whenever I'm talking to somebody for the first time whenever it comes to all of that stuff. However, I don't want to show 25 different properties to see if one checks all of the boxes.
Yeah.
But there is an agent out there for it. There is 38,000 of them in the Houston area that you could for sure reach out to.
Yeah.
Just, so yeah, that's where we are now. I love real estate.
And then also your new venture the next year with the kids.
And that is going to be. So we decided next year it's like a hybrid school that we officially are accepted into. And they are officially home 3 days a week and 2 days a week in school. So the 3 days that they are homeschool, it's like a continuation of whatever it is that they're learning in school. They have a like co-teacher. We're called the co-teachers. The parents are called the co-teachers. Orientation to where we go, and I guess we find out what it is that we're doing. I'm excited about it because of the time that they will be with us. And I've even started to like kind of jot down like ideas like, okay, if we want this month to focus on like real life skills, like our direct neighbors homeschool, love them to death, and I think they do everything perfect. I love how much they're exposed to and how much like real life stuff they're exposed to. For this month, I want to focus on like finances. What can I teach my 8-year-old and 6-year-old about finances, and then also tie it back to whatever it is that they're learning in their curriculum, which who maybe in the curriculum they might not be learning all of that stuff, but like how can I somehow tie it into it, and then maybe like we layer just different things. I don't know. I feel like the effort that I want to make with next year to make it work is there, but I think it's going to be a lot. So we are looking to hire an admin to maybe take off some of my plate and like some of Tristan's, because we just both are like super loaded with stuff. Maybe that will help. But I like my plan for this office is to make it like a circle table, and we just all like I'll have my computer on the side, they'll have their work, and I'll be like both being able to,
Yeah.
we will see. And that's another reason like I can't, there's no way I can put 100% into them. Like I think I was telling you one time, or we were talking about on the podcast, whenever I'm doing really good in work, I feel like I'm doing the bare minimum in like motherhood, and then also like very bare minimum even below that as a wife. Like there's no there's no balance whatsoever ever happening. There's not a week where I'm like, dang, I went to the gym and I was A+ at work and I got all the gold stars and I was a great mom and I cooked every day. Like there's never that. And I feel like we got to give ourselves a break.
Yeah.
But here we are. We're going to sign up for this next year. But no, I'm excited. I really am excited about what it could be. We're going to give it all, or our all. That's what we're the mantra that we're going. We're going to give it our all, and we're going to see how it goes. I do need my patience to be a little bit higher. I feel like I lose it with the middle one a lot. I lose it. And it's so funny. My mom sent pictures. She's like, putting up some stuff, or putting stuff in boxes, and she sent notes that Daniel got as a kid from his teachers. Daniel was talking. Daniel won't stop talking to his neighbors. Daniel's throwing up goldfish and trying to catch it, and then telling his friends to look. I literally said that. I was like, oh my God, tell me you're a middle child without telling me you're a middle child. And Jaden comes home today with a note. I'm like, okay. I need a ChatGPT also, not losing my patience on the middle one. And I do need to read this book. Somebody gave me a book called Birth Order, and they were like, it will tell you exactly what you need to know and how to like parent to each child or whatever. So I don't know. I need to read it.
Yeah, I haven't finished listening. I haven't even gone back to the little kids, big emotions.
Tiny emotions, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I have been losing it on Antonio a lot too, because he's just so smart, and like he's entering the threes already. That's like super. I'm like,
I know it all.
Don't do this, and then bloop, does it right there, and just like just the defiance, like knowing now he knows he can defy, like he's learning his free will. Oh, and that and the why has already started. Everything is why. I'm like, I thought this was like a 5-year-old thing. Why everything is why. And if I say don't do it, he's doing it, and I don't know, and I just think, and we always say like we're way too hard on him, and we know we are, but it's also like we know you're capable of so much.
Yeah.
But then we have to remember he's only like itty bitty, but it's like he's been talking for 10 years, so it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden came home with a note, and we were like, do you know what we used to do to John when he would come home to notes, come home with notes, and then we felt so guilty after it, but like, we're telling Jaden like, golly, poor John got it like really rough, that first one.
Yeah,
Very.
yeah, I know. And then that's the hard part right now is like he sees like okay, so he'll, be a little bit more rough housing with Santi, and he's not rough. I know he can be really rough, but
Mhm.
he'll just like do stuff. He'll tip him like they're doing something. He'll like bump him. Santi falls because he's still like wobbly walking, right? And I'm like, don't push your brother, blah blah blah. When Santi goes and like is like does, and he's not trying to hit him. He's a baby. He doesn't know what
Yeah.
hitting is, but he's like
Yeah.
rough with him. But why? Because Antonio's rough with him, and
Hmm.
he's like, but Santi's not doing it, or Santi, and I'm like. And anytime I see it, I'm like, Santi, don't hit brother. And then
Hmm.
sometimes Antonio will be like, Santi, don't hit brother. Like whenever he, trying to tell me he's hitting him without telling me he's hitting him. And so I think that's what's happening right now a lot. Is like he sees
That
not the
he's,
leniency, but it's
yeah.
like, because he also said he was like, Santi doesn't get timeout because he's a baby. And I'm like, yeah, Santi does not get timeout because he doesn't know anything. I was like, once Santi can talk, Santi will get timeout. I was like, because we, I'm like, look, we can't. You just gotta go timeout. Like I'm like, I know they say timeout doesn't work, but I'm like, for some things you just because it does help. It has helped. I feel like we've talked about before. Each kid is different. Maybe that's the
Hmm.
birth order. I don't know, but yeah, there was a time when he kept saying or going like something like that all the time. So every time he did it, he went to his room for 5 minutes. And guess what? He stopped doing it after like 2 days of that. He stopped doing it. So
Hmm.
I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
well, timeout works for this kid. Maybe not all the time, but I don't
Yeah.
know. All that to say, that's where we are, guys. But I think that's where our proper introductions, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what, too? And I did not say on whenever I was recapping or saying like about the whole who I am and tying it back to the podcast because I think that
Mm-hmm.
that is a big deal on just having somebody, something, an outlet. It really is an outlet. I feel like after we do these episodes, I come back and I'm like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like a huge weight off my shoulder. And it really is like with the season that we're in, it was just, so much that is always on our shoulders. And
Mm-hmm.
it is feels great to have an outlet. And it does feel like we are building a community because we do have people that will come back and say, like, oh, a lot of it does feel like you're doing it alone, or it is something that feels like, oh my God, is this only happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't realize how many people actually are going through the exact same thing that you're going through in just a
Mm-hmm.
different season.
For
So
sure.
I love this podcast and I'm glad that you're here.
Yeah. So if you found us and you want to be a part of that community, that is who we are and what it's about. And we hope that you stay and we hope that we continue to fill your cup up with, just feeling like Christy said, you're not alone and just bringing you in, just sharing our experiences. And if you're going through those things, helping y'all go through whatever season that you're in, because
Mhm.
we're like we always say, we're forever changing and there's always something
Yeah.
new. And once you think you
Yeah.
figured it out, there's something else, and every
Mhm.
kid is different, and
Mhm.
every feel every feeling that you have is different after each
Yes.
year that goes by, it's
Yes.
just it's
Yes.
yeah.
That's wild. You know
Mhm.
what, too, if it would be helpful, like obviously this is going into the ether and this is like, going on a video, but it's cool to see how different each year has been for us. And
Mhm.
just as we continue to grow and as we continue, like our thought processes are completely, just evolving constantly.
Yeah. Yes.
It's crazy.
Having it documented,
Yes, having
like
it
we can
documented is a big, yeah.
is huge. And I do feel like as much as we say like just a therapy session, because we're just talking and talking it out essentially.
Mhm.
And for the most part, that's what it is. And sometimes people say that they feel like they're having the conversation with us.
Mhm.
And if you do feel that way, just put it in a comment, comment,
Yeah.
will comment back. And that's like where we just want to grow this, I think, is the engagement part of it.
Mhm.
But even if we don't, it's still fine, right? But,
Yeah.
I think that's like where we strive to be and we'll continue to work at. And, but as long as we're getting people to listen to us and to relate to us, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we love it. We're having a good
Yeah.
time. And yeah, this is what, year 3,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
like going on year 3, I think,
Yes.
or
Yeah.
or 2, something like, or starting our 3rd year because our
I
2
think starting
year
our third year. Yeah.
because our 2 year was like, I don't even know,
April?
March-ish, April?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we're starting our completing our 2 years, starting our 3rd, and
Tank third season.
yeah. Yeah, yes. But yeah, so just thank God for being here. And if this, sounds anything that you feel like would help you or that you would be interested in, we are so glad you're here. And if you think someone else that you know could
Share
help
with another
benefit from
prima.
it, yeah, share with
Yeah.
the prima. And that's what we call you guys. So primas. Prima is cousin in Spanish. For
Hmm.
those of y'all who didn't know, we are primas. One of my friends did ask that. She was like, wait, so are y'all actually cousins? And I'm like, yes, we are. My mom and her mom are sisters. So we are cousins and we are primas and we are dear primas because we are dearly to each other. That's what Adrian, whenever I first told him the name, he was like, it's a double entendre. He's the one that told me that because he was like, dear primas, because it's like we're writing a letter, like we're talking to each other, and then also we are dear primas. I was like, yeah, sure.
That's
So yes.
exactly what we wanted.
Yes, right. So yes, so that's who we are. That's a little bit why we started this. And, you
If you
know,
have ideas for other episodes or whatever we want to talk about, we are open to it all.
yes, 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 yes. And if you're interested about it, like if we always say this, if we talked about it, or we think this at least, if we talked about a topic, but maybe we didn't get like all the
Mm,
way in, and
mm,
sometimes we'll swirl and we'll divert and don't come back. Be like, wait, I wanted to hear more about XYZ. Let us know that too. So
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, again, thank y'all for being here. And until next time,
Oh,
adios.
great.